I grew up as an Army brat, and that was fun in some ways, and then in other ways, it was really isolating. There was a lot of domestic violence that happened in my house, and there was nowhere to escape to. There were no friends, there was no family, and that really left me to be vulnerable to a lot of abuse from other people. I was sexually abused since I was 4 years old. I was really in a lot of pain from a very young age, not really knowing how to deal with it. I started self-harming at the age of 8 before I even knew what self-harming was, and I just continued to spiral down. When I was young, about 10 or 11, I had a friend in school who committed suicide, and I saw that he got to escape from his pain, and that's when it really dawned on me, like, oh, maybe that's a way that I can escape from my pain. And after one of my attempts, I ended up in the hospital, and I had all these diagnoses labeled and put on me. I just grew deeper and deeper into a depression. On my 17th birthday, my mom and I got into an argument, and she finally had it. She kicked me out and said to never come back. So I was sleeping under bridges, in abandoned cars. Sometimes I had my own car, just never really knowing where I would go. When I finally turned 18, I was able to live with a friend, and I was off the streets. But again, the depression just kept getting worse. And after a suicide attempt, that's when I landed myself in the hospital. The same day that I attempted suicide on the psychiatric unit, my brother died from a heroin overdose. And I was so angry with God because it wasn't like he did it on purpose. He overdosed and he wanted to live and I didn't, and it was really hard. I was just more and more angry and just couldn't stand life anymore. A lady from my church came to visit me, and she said that I will take you in on the condition that you apply to mercy. And I knew something had to change. So I left my home on January 15th, and I took 2 trains, a bus, a taxi, and another bus, and made it 2 days later and walked through the doors of Mercy. And I knew something was different. I knew that this was something I wasn't going to fail at. I wanted it. I wanted it. And it was hard. It was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And would I do it again? I get asked that question a lot. Would I do it again? And hands down, without any hesitation, absolutely I would. Because it has radically changed my life. I would say a real turning point for me while I was at Mercy was when I wrote a breakup letter with death and suicide. That was so healing for me because I had this really sick relationship with just wanting to die. God has set me free from self-harm. I don't think about how I'm going to kill myself tomorrow, or if I even want to live, because I do want to live. I have a plan, I have a purpose, and I can't wait for the next day because that means that's another day that I get to work towards that plan that God has for me. Since graduating Mercy, I just got my bachelor's in social work. I currently work at a crisis pregnancy center, and before Mercy, I used to hate my birthday. Anytime my birthday was coming up, I just didn't look forward to it because I had so many bad memories attached to it. And God's just so cool, you know, He brings things full circle. So on my 28th birthday, it was Sanctity of Human Life Sunday, and I got to speak at a church about saving lives. There isn't a single thing that I could say to the supporters that would thank them enough for allowing me to go to Mercy. So for me to be able to go there when I didn't have the means to go there was truly a life-changing experience. I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for Mercy. I don't even know if I'd be alive today if it wasn't for Mercy, so thank you.